Hi, I'm Dorothy Godin, broker through Max Crown Realty here in Sudbury, and welcome to Thursday Thoughts. Let's talk about days on the market. Um, it's a small number. On the surface, it looks like it doesn't have a lot of meaning, but it really does. It really is a window into what is happening in your market. The lower the number, the hotter your market. The higher the number, the market is, raises eyebrows. When people see that you've been on the market, 75 days, they wonder, what's happening. And usually as a realtor, you can do some investigation and it's not necessarily a problem, but often there is a problem. Often if a house has been on the market, for more than the average, and the average right now is about 21 days. If I see a property that I'm going to show a client and it's been on the market for more than 21 days, I'm going to do some investigation to see why. It's not necessarily a problem. It could be that they had a deal that was conditional for 7 banking days and it didn't firm up, which would mean that it would be on the market a little bit longer. It could be that the price range that we're looking at is just by its nature a very slow moving market. If you look at July, I think there were only 4 houses that sold in the over 900 price range. And so if you look at those actives, of course, the average days on the market is going to be a little bit higher. But it is a natural thing to look at to figure out what is happening in the market. The real sweet spot is like 10 to 14 days. So days on the market, just to clarify, is from the time you get on MLS to the time you have a firm unconditional deal. So within that 21 days average, I would say the sweet spot is 10 to 14 days. If you look at anything that's selling between 350 and 600, they're probably have days on the market that's between that 10 and 14 days, because that's a very high demand price range. If it's priced right, they're usually holding off on offers for a couple of days and then looking at offers. I just think it's important also for your planning and your expectation of closing dates. If the average is 21 days till you get an offer that's firm, there still is the time when your lawyers have to do their due diligence and closing date. Closing date, generally speaking, we see 30 to 60 days. I generally don't like offers that have a longer than a 60-day closing, just because I think too many things can happen. And it's normal to see between 30 and 60 days. There are circumstances where you need a longer closing, and that's fine. It's something that you negotiate. But the important thing right now for buyers and sellers is, you are not going to move before your kids start school unless you're writing an offer today. Offers that we see today and this week are generally closing at the end of August. You have to be very, very careful because a lot of lawyers take their vacation in August, and sometimes your lawyer will just completely shut down for 2 weeks. So if you are writing an offer in the next couple days or in the next week and you want to close end of August, be sure to give a call to your lawyer to see, are you able to close this fast? Generally speaking, I think lawyers want at least 3 weeks. So, I mean, right now we're pushing end of August closings, but we're making those phone calls to the lawyers. So if you're planning now, I want to move before winter sets in, you have lots of time. So just knowing that the average days on the market is 21 and then on average closing is 30 to 60 days will help you with your expectation of how your closing process is going to go. I'm always doing the stats, and I do them every Tuesday. And I do them in my monthly newsletter, and people will look at them, and I don't really know if they enjoy hearing the stats, but for me, these are vital numbers to know. Right now we see 21 days, the average days on the market. If I'm doing the stats in 2 weeks and all of a sudden that pushes to 30 days, it's telling me something about the market. It's telling me that the market is slowing down. So for me, these numbers are very, very important. So I hope you find this helpful. As always, you can reach me at Dorothy Godin at remax.net or 705-561-2360. Enjoy the month of August. I know, generally speaking, it slows down a little bit as people take their last vacations with their children and then they prep for getting ready to school. But enjoy the last month of the summer. Have a good one.